Okay, sellers in my life. I want to show you how I use Storytell to sell Storytell. So I'm Jordio, the CEO of Storytell, and I'm first going to start in a project that I have called Jordio GPTs. This is my own personal, private knowledge project. I haven't made this public yet. I might, but in here is a lot of project knowledge about me. So this is basically a lot of things that I have written for Founder Culture. Founder Culture is a community of founders that I am involved with. So I've got many, many assets here. And in fact, I pulled these in through Google Drive. So we have a Google Drive integration, and we can see that there are a bunch of pieces of knowledge in here that are all labeled from the Google Drive integration. So there's like 685 assets there. I'm not going to use those for the purposes of this project that I'm about to show you, this initiative for selling Storytell, but I have made a collection of all of the non-founder culture knowledge. So what is a collection? Well, a collection, I'll go ahead and edit this one here. A collection is a way to create a fence around knowledge, and it could be by including a bunch of labels. Anything that has any of these 5 labels, make it a data collection. Well, in this case, I've said exclude. So I've said exclude instead of include anything that has this founder culture founder culture knowledge label. So we can see here that this is checked, it's excluded, and I'll go ahead and cancel this edit here. And so I only have 4 assets here that are not founder culture specific, and those are the 4 that I want, so this is perfect. In terms of what these are, this is a white paper on a bunch of my writings. So I had Storytell go out and search the web and look at everything that I've written and basically summarize that into a white paper. So and then I added that into this project as knowledge. That's one of the things. There's my parenting blog here, which is a private parenting blog that I've got from parenting 3.5 kids. A founder culture podcast episode that I've done. And so
It's kind of like there's this.
that's right here, and I've got that as knowledge. And a dossier on Drodio. So I also had Storytell go out and learn about Drodio, just not my writing, but just like everything that's out on the web, and create a dossier about Drodio here. Okay, so now I'm going to take these 4 assets, I can select them, and I'm going to copy them to another project. And when I choose to copy them, I can choose whether or not I want to copy the labels, which I do, and I'm going to choose the Storytell sales project. So I'm going to say here, copy 4 assets into the Storytell sales project, and I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second. Okay, so now I have these assets available in my Storytell sales project, and now I can use them. Let's look at how. All right, and so here is my prompt. In this case, I'm choosing Netflix, but I'm saying that I want to understand how Storytell can be valuable to Netflix, and I'm specifically asking Storytell to search for external data about Netflix, especially the last 3 months, and then for Storytell to go learn about its own capabilities and figure out what Storytell could do for Netflix. And I'm specifically also asking Storytell to go research each person. So who's the best person for me to reach out to? And based on everything that Storytell knows about me, so this is from that knowledge that I brought over from Jordio GPT into this project, to find just other ways to make a connection that are personal beyond just the business use case here. And then I'm asking Storytell to compose an email for me to send each person. Actually, I can do even better than this. One second. I also previously exported all my connections from LinkedIn. This is something anybody can do. You can get an export of all your LinkedIn connections. And so I loaded that into Storytell. And now I've just copied that into this project from a different project where I was using it. And now I can reference that here. I'm going to say check to see based on, and you can see that I'm typing at LINKE. That's pulling up this picker here. And I'm going to choose my LinkedIn connections. So check to see based on Jodio's LinkedIn connections. And so here I'm saying if Jordio is connected to anyone they may know, if so, give me insight into those relationships. Now, while this is running, I'll also mention, Storytell uses tools, and one of the tools is extended thinking. You can turn this off, medium, or high. So I've got it on high. That's going to mean that Storytell is going to use more tokens, more credits. It's going to go into much deeper mode. And if you wanted faster answers, cheaper answers, you could turn this off or medium. The default is medium. Okay, since there's personal information here, even though we got it from the open web, I'm just going to blur their names out, so I'm just going to show you some screenshots. So this is, for example, one of the people that it found, and it shows a dossier on the person, any connections or ways for me to be connected to the person. Here's another one with another problem here, more detail. Here's an example of one of the emails. Now, I wouldn't send an email like this, so I need to help Storytell compose the kind of email that I actually would send. But I do want to show that it's referencing a specific thing from the person, right? This is because it went out, it searched the web, and it's finding actual problems the company has, and then the people that are saying the things wherever, are social media, news, etc., blog posts, and then it is relating that to a specific thing that Storytell can do. So that's kind of the magic here, is the ability for Storytell to go do that. Okay, so I hope that's a helpful way to see how we use Storytell to sell Storytell, and really, honestly, to find opportunities to have real value-add conversations based on actual problems that companies are having. I know that when someone comes to sell something to me, the worst thing is when they have no clue what's actually going on for me or our company. And so I'm using Storytell to try to be, to take a much different approach. Okay, take care.